out, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Rap Radio Show with me as your host, Ryan A. Polk. And y'all know what it is. We are here every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're here on the Rap Radio Show. We talk about everything and everything. And if you ever want to call in for any questions, concerns, or to express your feelings, or to give us some shit, we'd love to argue with you. And we would love to debate with you. We would love to hear what you got to say. Give us a call at 216-939-5087. That is 216-939-5087. And you can always call, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say. And also, here at No Static, we're always looking for sponsors. And if you're willing to sponsor to any shows of No Static, or even just the Rap Radio Show, then feel free to send an email to no static radio 16 at gmail.com. I think I got it right. Yes.
Yes, you did. Very good.
Oh, yes. No static radio 16 at gmail.com. And I know we are off to a late start, but that was because we was dealing with some technical difficulties, but it's all good. Main thing is that we are here. And we still gonna keep the show going. With me behind the board, who is still solving the technical difficulties right now because she's just so tech savvy. You got Decisive, who is currently taking care of the situation. And with me, I have two guests. Two very special guests. My first guest, this guy, he is an Ohio Entertainment Award nominee. He is, he's an actor. I mean, he's a rapper. I'm sorry, he's a rapper. He's a podcaster, and also again an Ohio Entertainment Award nominee along with me. And he's also a fellow D9 Greek.
Yes, sir.
Please welcome Marquise Storm.
Thank you. Appreciate coming on, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Oh,
definitely appreciate the invite.
And actually, he was actually with me at Futureland too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was at Futureland. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, he was at Futureland too. Yeah, but I interviewed him on the show too. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I remember I came in like hella late, and I saw you. I was just like, yo, let me go say what's up to my homie. And like next thing you know, you're just like, you trying to come on? I'm just like, I was just like, I'm not intruding on anything, right? I was just like, hell yeah, I'm trying to come on, right?
On the spot interview. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're like my brother from another mother, bro.
Oh man, I love it. And the other guests that I have with me. So this woman, we became like siblings, and we was actually in a fashion show recently, and it was for Mother's Day. We was ripping the runway together. This model, she has done a lot, and she's continued to do a lot. Please welcome Tiffany Logan.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so I'm so happy, man, to have you on, and might as well be a tattoo model at that too, because I love the tats.
Thank you.
Yes, I really do love the tats.
Thank you.
So yes, thank you both, man, for coming on, man. I'm just so happy, man, to have you guys on. And first off, man, so Tiffany, man, I'm gonna start with you, ladies. Yes, ladies first. How long have you been in the modeling game?
I've actually been modeling for about a year and a half. I first started out with pageants.
Oh, okay.
When I started out doing the pageants, I actually found out that this was my niche. I actually really love dressing up.
Yeah.
I actually did it. I loved doing it when I was younger, but when I got older, I started to be a little tomboy.
Yeah.
But then I started love being sexy. So I wanted to get my sexy back.
Oh, okay. And so you say you've been in for 2 years, but wow, for some reason you make it seem like, man, you've been in it longer. Yeah, like longer than that, because you have some skills on the runway.
Well,
and I'm
thank
like,
you.
wow, and I'm like, okay, for someone who's only been doing it for a year, yeah, I mean, I thought you've been doing it for maybe about 5 years or something like that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And then also you had mentioned, I know before we had got on the air, that you said you've been in retail for 15 years.
For 11 years.
11 years? Oh.
Yes.
And what all in what all like have you like done within retail?
Well, I've been in customer service. I've done from clothing stores to managing beauty supply stores to from restaurants to a lot of bit of everything. So a lot of retail.
Okay, nice, nice. So, and I can see where you got the inspiration of the modeling to come in for since you was working in beauty and everything.
Yes, yes. I always love how the ladies come in with their makeup, how they just switched up and changed their hair. I've always loved to see fashion. I just didn't think I had what it take for fashion because I was such a tomboy.
Okay.
But when I won that first pageant, I said, "Oh, maybe I do have what it takes."
Okay, and that pageant is what pretty much that drove you to want to get into modeling.
It was on and popping from there.
Yes, nice. And do you have any upcoming shows?
I just did a show, the Pretty in Pink show, Cancer Awareness show.
Nice. Yes, I heard that.
I just did that this past weekend. It was a very awesome show. Really enjoyed it. Loved doing it. My next show, had a couple auditions. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do next.
Yeah.
So I don't do everybody's show. I kind of like to pick and choose what I do.
Yeah, you got to.
Because I just learned that you just don't pop in and do everybody's show. I'm kind of selective of what I do.
Yeah, that's how I am too now. I mean, I'm selective with pretty much just anything. Like, whether it is acting, comedy, modeling. Yeah, I'm very selective with it because, you definitely got to know, who you're dealing with.
You definitely
in the industry. And as entertainers, yes, we definitely got to know who you deal with, and you got to, pick and choose.
Yeah. Have you heard that saying, all money isn't good money?
Yeah.
All shows isn't good shows.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because Cleveland, I mean, I love the city, but let's all be real. You got some harsh ass, yet some shady ass people
Yes.
to deal with in this city.
You really do. Cutthroat, and I'm not going to pop, lock, and drop it.
Yeah.
I'm almost 50 years old.
I heard that.
Hey, come on.
So you're not going to find me pop, locking, and dropping it down no
Okay.
runway.
I heard that.
I'm very elegant and, sophisticated.
Yes.
So that's how I want to keep myself.
Absolutely.
And that's how I brand myself. So other than that, if it's not that type of show, then I'm not going to do it.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and Marcus, man. So, that's it right, Marquise or Marcus?
Marcus.
Okay, Marcus. I don't know why I was going to say Marquise. Okay. Yeah. So, and Marcus. So, as a rapper, I'm pretty sure that you also have dealt with that too as well. So, like, are you like as far as when it comes to like dealing with shady and stuff? Because how whenever we be seeing the bios about artists and stuff, how they're always dealing with a shady record label or a shady producer. Are you? So, like, have you ever came across any like labels at all or
labels? A few, yeah, like a couple, not like a lot. Because mind you, I'm indie, so I've been doing this first off, I started off doing this on my own for a while, like 8 years.
Okay.
And I've gotten so used to just like doing stuff on my own. I got like a team behind me and all that, but we push each other. I'm actually rebuilding the squad. But like I've dealt with some shit. I've worked with shady people. I've worked with like some crooked promoters and stuff. And like there were times where when you thought you was getting paid because you don't know the game like that yet and you're just coming in. When in reality, like I had to learn the hard way. Like people will steal from me. Like literally from my first show that I've ever done. Like while in college, like I sold all these tickets. I had like $800 to $1,000 stolen from me from my old former manager, and they just gave me trust issues from there, and I just started working on my own. I had to learn it myself, and it was like a harsh reality of how like cutthroat, well not even cutthroat, how shady the business can be.
Yeah, that is true because the music industry can be definitely, I think, one of the most shadiest business to deal with in entertainment. I mean, I don't know if it's because we just watch so many bios about the artists and stuff that makes it feel like that.
Yeah.
But it does turn out to be true. And then after digging to see, what goes on in the industry, yeah, mean, I can see why. And
Yeah.
so are you at that level to where, or do you want to be like Chance the Rapper, or you just want to like do it on your own, or would you still sign with a label if a label was to come to you?
I would still sign with a label, but you know what people don't realize is labels have different layers. You know, like let's say Rock Nation, for example. My thing is I would probably want a management deal or a distribution deal. Because it's just like those deals right there. You know, like management, they'll just help me get everything together. Distribution, you know, we can talk and like get into the fine writing of what I want to see my career to be. You know, that's what people don't really understand. People see this money right in front of them, and they're like, oh, look at all that money. I got that could be me right there. But it's just like that money's technically not yours. It's a loan.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So for somebody who was just getting into the business when it comes to music, what advice would you probably give to somebody that's just not getting into it?
Be you. Make the music that makes you happy, you know, but also make the music that people can relate to as well. Because people in hip hop and rap, they know when you're fronting, you know. They know when you're fronting. They know when you're not really being honest with them, you know. I got a bunch of stories for days too.
Oh, no, hey, that's what we're here for on this show. Yeah, I mean.
So I remember the rite of passage, Peabody. You remember Peabody?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Who couldn't forget about Peabody? Yes.
Right, so it was like 2014. As I'm still getting into the music, I was opening for the Yin Yang Twins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and I was waiting for my turn. I was warming myself up. I'm psyching myself up. Like, oh, come on, you guys, you ready? You ready? My friends are psyching me up too. And like this dude and his girl go up on stage and they're performing, and like he's talking about doing like drugs and dropping acid, and like the crowd was not feeling this. Like they started throwing stuff at him, you know, because they was just like I was like, damn, tough crowd. And they was like, nah, one of the dudes was like, nah, we went to high school with this dude. He was just a good dude. He didn't drop acid or anything. He just raps about corny shit and he's never done. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So y'all go, I'm just like, Jesus. You know, so it was just like it was just rough. But then I had to realize, like, yo, I need to just be me at the end of the day, you know. And all the songs that I'm like, you know, writing about, you know, that aren't really me. I decided to just sell them to people and just, you know, give them to people, record them, and just like give them to people. Like, hey, if this fits you, then you can have it, you know.
Oh, okay, nice. And so, who would you say probably inspired? Who would you say is probably your biggest inspiration when it comes to a rapper?
Oh man, you can't ask me that, bro. Like I got so many. So I would have to say.
Okay, well, top five. Who would be your top five? Who would be your top five then?
I have to be Common, Talib Kweli.
Ooh, I love that.
Oh, Talib Kweli is a beast.
Yes, definitely underrated. Yes.
Oh yeah, hella underrated. Like so, it's Common, Talib Kweli, Jay-Z, LL Cool J, and Pharrell.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I ever heard an artist mention Pharrell.
Oh,
okay.
Pharrell is a beast. He can sing, he can
he
rap,
is.
produce.
Yes.
He's a super producer.
He really got me with Talib Kweli. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh yeah, Talib actually is funny. He inspired me to get in more depth with my lyrics. You know, just to paint a vivid picture. You know.
Yeah. What about when it comes to who would you say is your favorite group?
My favorite group. So when it comes to group, I'm more R&B. You know, so I would have to. I love
90s R&B.
No, 90s R&B. That's the best R&B.
That's the best R&B.
You can't really sleep on it. You know, my favorite group though, has to be Jodeci.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I got three.
You went there. I'm listening.
I had to. I had to go there, take a sharp right, and get there again.
Oh
yes.
Yes.
You know, it has to be Jodeci, Silk,
yes.
and Boys to Men.
I wasn't expecting you to say Silk. Okay.
What you know about Silk, Ryan?
Oh man.
First of all, both for you guys are too young.
Oh, also
So
the
no,
Isley
you
Brothers.
give those for
Oh, okay. Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers.
You are right. You got me on that one, Tiffany. Yes, because I really wasn't expecting to say Silk.
Yeah.
Say Silk.
Yeah. I got hip to Silk in like high school though.
Oh man.
You know, and I was just like, I was hooked after that. I heard Meeting in my bedroom. I was like, who is this? This is incredible.
That's like me saying, okay, yeah, like High Five became one of my favorites or something.
High
You
Five.
definitely don't know about High Five.
Yes, Quality Time. Yes, I just love it. Oh,
Yo, come on.
That's a
Come
good
through
one
with the High Five.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dope. And So, out of all the performances that you have done, what would you say was probably your most memorable? Or like your favorite one?
My favorite one?
Yeah.
All right, so 2017, Agora, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, trust me, I've opened up for some names, y'all.
That's why I have this guy on my show, because he's an opener for a lot.
Yeah, I've opened up for Tech Nine and Steve Stone.
Wow,
I've opened up for Bone Thugs and Harmony, Sarak, Jonas. I've opened up for Bubba Sparks. He was like in his rock and roll phase.
Yes, Colin Park, Bubba
Yeah.
Sparks.
It's just like when you hear that, you already know it's about to go down.
Yeah.
You know, I've done my podcast. I've hosted All Star Weekend events.
Okay.
Oh, we was down at All Star Weekend. No,
Yeah.
Static was when it was here in Cleveland. Yes, we was down there. We was at the NBA crossover. Yes.
Yeah, Sip and Chill was in the building too.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah, I've also been to the Grammys in 2022. So my podcast got me there.
Well, pretty soon we're gonna be seeing you perform at the Grammys.
Hey, that's the goal. That's what I'm
just
gunning for.
just make sure you invite me so I can have a ticket.
Oh no, for sure.
Me and whoever my date is. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's Jill Scott.
Oh, Jill Scott. Oh,
yeah,
if it's
or it's Megan Thee Stallion, one of the two.
I know.
Yeah.
If it's
Or
like
Lizzo. Yeah.
Lizzo's
Lizzo.
fire. People
Yeah,
sleep on
Lizzo
Lizzo.
is
You can't.
fire.
Nah. Actually, Lizzo makes it impossible for her to even sleep on her.
Yeah.
You know, she's
She
incredible.
Yes, that is
She's
true.
gonna make you pay attention to her.
And of all the artists you open up for, like I'm pretty sure you got to like personally talk to them and everything.
Yeah, so I was able to actually talk to like last year. I was able to open up and talk to DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So out of all the celebrities you met, who say was probably the most friendliest? Like you can see them just chilling in here at No Static right now.
So the friendliest I've met, you know, you can't ask me that. They were all pretty cool. But last year I met Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, he was probably like the most down to earth, friendliest dude ever. You know, I was able to sit down and have like a 2-hour talk with him.
Oh, nice.
You know, and the second friendliest, like it might not come off that way, but it was Anthony Mackie.
For real?
Yeah, I met
Anthony
him in
Mackie
Vegas.
seemed like Anthony Mackie said he would be all right.
Yeah, he's a great dude. You know, he's like really to himself though.
Oh, yes.
You know, yeah. So he's just like, you know, he hangs with his circle and stuff. He's a great guy. You know, me and him chatted. He was dropping gems on me, and I was just like, let me just write this down.
Jot
You know?
this down real quick.
Yeah, and since then, like nothing's been the same. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. And then okay, I am gonna ask him this one. So you said somebody was sort of friendly. I know none of them. There wasn't no asshole one at all. There wasn't not friendly.
I'm not gonna say his name. I won't say it.
All right.
You know, because at first he tried to blow me off.
Mhm.
He thought I was gonna be like everybody else. You know,
Was it one of the people you mentioned?
No, I'm not gonna, because it's just
okay.
like I just was not liking his energy.
Oh,
You know, and I was just like, because little that he knew we was going to the same place.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know, he was like, I was like, hey, what's going on, man? I see what you've been doing. I extended my hand. I was like, great job, keep it up. He was like, he hit me with the fist bump. I'm just like, got it. And then I was like, oh, it was like, he was like, appreciate it. I was like, yeah, no doubt. So next thing you know, we're sitting down in the same place, and we're all introducing ourselves. And he's like, hey, I'm so and so. You know, people were like, oh, we know who you are, and they was like, and he was like, cool. And I was like, what's going on, you guys? I go by the name of Marcus Storm, and they was like, what's going on, Marcus Storm? He turned around, he was like, huh? He was like, so you are somebody. I was just like, nigga, I've been somebody. What you talking about?
Oh, wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's interesting. See, well, yes, yeah, you're doing big things, man. You know, I'm very happy for you, man. And
Appreciate it.
you definitely do deserve, you know, those nominations too.
Appreciate it. No, you do too, though, man.
Oh, man, come on.
You do too. Come on, stop
You do.
playing, bro.
You do.
Oh, man. Well, thank you. I mean, yeah, because me and Marcus, you know, we was at last year's Hall Entertainment Awards, which I think was the best one
Yeah,
that they had. And Marcus, this was your second time being nominated, right?
fourth.
Okay.
Because last.
He got me beat by one. Okay. Yes.
So basically, for the High Entertainment Awards, I was nominated in 2022 for Best Podcast, Radio Host, and Best Podcaster. And Best Podcast. Also, I was nominated again for the same two. So like,
Yeah. Last year's OEA, you know, awards. It was their 10th anniversary, and it was good. They had like the red carpet, and you know, me and Marcus, you know, we was getting interviewed.
mm-hmm.
You know, it was nice. It felt like celebrities.
Yeah.
It really was a good feeling. I mean, unfortunately, we did not win, but still being on that nomination list. I mean, he's a
Good.
4-time nominee. You know, I'm a 3-time nominee for it. So yes, I mean, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe this year, maybe. Oh, and
listen, you're gonna win this year. You know
I
that,
hope
right?
so.
We need you to bring the gold home.
Yes,
Yes.
I want to.
Bring it
I
on
want to.
home.
Right.
And speaking of award shows, you know, tell us about this one that I had just found out about. You know, it was called the Best of Cleveland, right?
The Best of Cleveland. Yes. Yes. So the Best of Cleveland. I've been seeing this award show go around for like a while, and it's like it's like a publication of Cleveland's best of everything. So Cleveland's best art, best comedian, best school, best like model. You know, everything. They have like a top 4, and then like the winner, like it's a people's choice, so the winner chooses them. And I've just been telling people to go out and vote for me, you know, and like go vote for like Ryan, because you know I always put shameless plugs on the people I care about. Go vote for Tiffany, best model in the city. Come on, you know, it's Tyra Banks over here. So like, you know,
She is. You could be a Tyra Banks.
Oh
yes.
oh yeah, you know, she's like she's better than Winnie Harlow, but you know,
Thank you.
nah, but my thing is like, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like people it's like Cleveland scene's giving you your flowers. You know, and it's just like my thing is Cleveland scene don't play favorites. You know, it's either they're gonna see you working and the people behind you see you doing your thing, and it's just like I've seen some of my closest friends in the music community get this nomination and then get an award. I saw my boy Mellow Funk. Shout out to Mellow Funk over there.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Oh, get out of here, bro!
Zach?
Yeah,
that's my cousin.
He's
Yes.
like a 2-time, 3-time winner of this thing, and I'm just like, Mellow, I am taking your spot. All right, I am coming for you, my boy. Shout out to my boy Yaya.
Oh, man, I'm at the root of my cousin now, man. You know, because you know he's a dope artist. Yes. Oh man, that's a small world.
Yeah, no, he's like Mello is so talented. Shout out to my boy Yaya for getting nominated and Jeremiah Child for getting nominated.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah. Yes,
Yeah.
good people too. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely the homie, hard worker too, man.
And unfortunately, they don't have a category for best model, but Tiffany definitely does deserve to be in that category.
Right, she won our hearts. That's all that matters. She won our hearts.
But look though, when the nominations for OEA come out this year, we'll make sure you make that list.
Oh no, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, for
sure.
best female model. Yes, you definitely need
Miss
to.
Tiff.
Miss Tiff, come on now, Miss Tiff. Come on.
Yes,
Come on.
thank you.
And you know, and right now, because me and Marcus, we're both trying to make the nomination list, y'all. If you go to this website right here, if you go to
Vote for my brothers.
Yes. If you go to vote.clevescene.com, and if you go underneath the arts and entertainment section, vote Marcus Storm for best male. Is it best male artist?
Yeah.
Best male artist, and vote me, Ryan Polk, Polk, for best local comedian and for best actor. And when you go underneath the people and places section, there's more. Go underneath the people and places section. Vote for best radio show. Vote the R.A.P radio show. Vote the R.A.P radio show for best radio show. And also for best radio station, please vote Cleveland's own No Static Radio LLC
Yes, sir.
for best radio station. We are Cleveland's #1 internet radio station, y'all.
Yes, sir.
So we definitely deserve to be on that list.
You guys definitely deserve your flowers.
Yes.
And for my followers watching on my IG, you guys already know I already put a little promo video out earlier this week. Make sure you guys go vote for me. Hit that link in that bio. It's in my link tree. And make sure you guys vote for Marcus Storm, Marquis, Storm, for Best Hip Hop Artist.
Yes.
All right? We plan on taking this title home, all right?
Yes. And when No Static gets on that nomination list, decisive, I want to at least take the award home for like a week. Win the award for best radio station.
You got to pose with it like the NBA,
Yeah.
championship. You got to do like your little hat and just like.
Yeah. Or maybe
Number
we can make
one.
a duplicate of the award so that way I can have it home.
You're gonna clone it.
Right.
Yeah, or each radio personality from No Static get to take it home for like a week.
They do it for those award shows on TV. You know,
Yeah,
that's,
they do.
they hold it for the show, but then they like engrave the name, so then they send it to your your house. Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Man. Oh wow. And Tiff, so you really are deep into modeling. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration for a model? Who is your favorite model?
TV wise, I would say Tyra Banks
Okay.
because that's who I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
As a black model growing up. So I would have to say her. But who has taught me, who I've learned a lot from, who has worked with me very closely would be Marie Antoinette.
Oh yeah! Shout out Auntie. Hey, Auntie.
I have to shout out Marie Antoinette. She has been my number one model coach. Also, Sean Hardnick, he's been also my number one. He also works with me have worked with me very closely in my modeling. Those has been my only coaches that I've had. I haven't had like a model agency or, a big school that I've been through. So I've had only private coaching, and so I can say they have done very well with me as I continue my journey.
That's sometimes the best coaching, though, because their only focus is on you.
It really is.
Yeah, I actually like it when you are dealing with a coach one-on-one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the main focus does be on you. And a lot of people fail to realize that modeling does take some work. I used to think it was easy just walking down that runway, but you got to learn how to walk the walk. You got to learn how to pose the pose.
You have to have balance.
You got to have balance, too.
It reminds you of, like, who you're repping. You're not just representing you, but you're representing the brand and the product that you're modeling, and they're trying to get buyers to, like, buy this brand or product that you're, like, modeling. It's just like, if you're not walking the walk, you're just slouching and stuff, nobody's going to want to, like...
Nobody's going to want to see that. But I've also had my model sisters. I have a whole host of model sisters that have took me up under their wing and just kind of, like, okay, little sis, we got you. So I've have support. So I have to give a lot of shout out to my model sisters as well.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask Tiffany a question?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay,
it's open table.
So Tiffany, like, I know you've been modeling a lot in Cleveland. Did you think about branching out?
I have thought about branching out.
Like Atlanta, LA, New York?
Yes. A lot of the modeling it kind of get overrated at times. So like I said, I kind of want to stay to where I can still be me and still be the kind of modeling that I would like to do. I like straight one way. I like doing sensual kind of. I don't like to do a lot of the theatrical. Again, I'm not choreograph savvy, so I can't do a lot of the choreographed stuff, but I can kill a straight runway.
Oh, for sure.
Nice.
So, like New York style, I love that type of model.
Oh, yeah. New York style, yes.
Yes.
And it was so funny, though, Marcus, how you had asked for that, because that was actually going to be the next question I was going to ask both of y'all, because I like to ask all my entertainers that, like, cause it's kind of like a two-part question. Do you feel like you can make it in Cleveland, and have you ever thought about branching out?
Ooh, that's
and Pacific already had answered the question. So what about you, Marcus?
So I know me and you had a conversation about this yesterday.
Yes, we did.
So you can make it in Cleveland, but people in my city, how do I say this? So people in my city, we like to have our favorites.
Yeah.
But the thing is about you and I, Ryan, we're different. We're cut from a different cloth. We're not the same as other people, and we like to do different things. My like, let's say my content is conscious and romance, but I like to get to the nitty gritty, like I've done shows around different places in the city. I've done shows outside of the city, and I would say it's sometimes we have to branch out.
Yeah, you do.
Because like there was an interview that Tusi did that they said you ain't got to make it in your own city to make it.
Right.
So many people rely on the internet, but the strongest way to make it is from word to mouth.
Yeah, it is.
So if people, ooh, excuse me, sorry. So if people really want to make it out of Cleveland, it's possible. Just go to Atlanta. The pipeline runs deep when it comes to Cleveland and Atlanta, especially in the entertainment scene.
Oh yeah, like the modeling scene. The modeling scene is starting to pick up really big in Atlanta.
It is.
Yeah, it's huge.
But it's very big everywhere now, though. It's not just in Atlanta. It's not just in Cleveland. It's big in Atlanta. It's starting to be big in Cincinnati and Columbus.
Yeah,
it's
it
starting
is.
to be big in a lot of little towns that
Especially
you really
Columbus.
don't
Yeah,
know about. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte is starting to be very big now in the modeling scene.
Because I am starting to see a lot of model calls that are in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when it comes to photo shoots, that be in Cincinnati too.
Yeah.
And you know, but like you said, you know, like I would prefer maybe maybe it's just me because you know I want to be, you know, in the spotlight. You know, I want to be at the top. So I'm like you, Tiff. You know, hey, you know, if I was to choose between ripping the runway in New York versus ripping the runway in some Columbus, you better believe I'm taking New York and Columbus but you'll be surprised how many people like being in the independent, low budget scene. Like some people really do like that scene. I mean, I don't know if I can like it. I mean, I do like it, but I can only like it for so much because I'm ready to get my name out there.
But that just show you what type of people that you have.
Yeah, you do.
Have
and
some
how
people that really don't really want to make it like that, and then their ambition isn't not as high as yours. They just really want to just let me do it as a hobby.
Yeah, but I say they want to do it as a hobby.
Yeah, and then you have some people that just want to do it as this is my dream. I really want to go far at, you know, in it.
Yeah, because like how I mean now granted, granted because I was that extra for that was in Shooting Stars, you know, the Bible about LeBron.
Yo, shout out Shooting Stars. Shout out to my boy Jackson for making it in the Shooting Stars as well. You and him, bro.
Oh man, thank you, man. That was the most fun I ever had being an extra on the set. It really was because
That's a big deal, though, bro.
Oh man, yeah, it is. But like, and, you know, and I am happy that I was able to get spotted in that scene, and I was happy to be a part of it. But me, you know, I'm not trying to be an extra no more. And I've met some people in the film industry that enjoy being extras, but me, you know, I'm not trying to do that. I mean, I'm trying to go out. I'm trying to audition for the supporting role or the main role. You know, a role that's going to get me recognized. But
sometimes you have to take that bottom role.
Yeah, you do.
You got to work your way up.
Because when I was on the set, and I have mentioned this on my show before, you know, like when I was playing the cop in that movie, the director Chris Robinson, who is also the director for ATL, he came to me, literally came right next to me, and was like, man, Ryan, I'm not going to even lie to you, man. You're playing this cop role so well. Every time I see you, I'm thinking you the cop for real. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, hey, I appreciate that. And then after we was done filming, I sent him a DM saying, hey, if you ever need a cop for one of your movies, man, let me know. I'm available.
That's dope. We might need you.
The best cop that you could ever get.
I hope so. Well, I am on Netflix. The movie that I'm in is on Netflix. It's called The Last Summer. I'm an extra in that.
Right.
If you fast forward to the scene where you're in the movie theater, yes, I'm in that scene because we shot that scene at Playhouse Square. I'll show it to y'all when we get off. Yes,
dude, that's sick. And if you need another cop role, you might as well like audition for Bad Boys 4,
yeah.
Bad Boys 5.
Well, yeah.
Right.
If
they have any casting calls,
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm about to look. Okay, I'm about to look into that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down to be a cop.
Get some speaking parts. Now, Ryan, is it true that like every line that you say, or maybe it's, I don't know, because you know I got a couple friends that are actors. You know, the more your lines are, the more you get paid.
That is true. Yes.
Okay.
That is true. Yes. Like in the one scene of Shooting Stars when they had the ref talking to the players after they was arguing. Yes, he got paid more. He got paid more because he had speaking roles, and he had more camera time. So yes, you do get paid more when you do get like speaking roles and stuff like that as an extra.
Nice.
Because I think that it was like that with me as a cop? No, I don't think it was like that with me as a cop. I just got better camera time as the cop because at first I was a St. Vincent fan, and then I was an Oak Hill fan. Because on that scene when you had LeBron and Melo going against each other in high school, I was playing a fan in the stands. Then what happened was I saw they was looking for accurate cops. Size is small to large. I'm an extra large, so I'm like, shit, I'm lying on my size. I'm about to fit into that uniform. And so I put a large, and then next thing you know, they said, oh, congratulations, you're an accurate cop. And I got treated better as an accurate cop too, because on the set, on the set, I don't know, when I was playing the cop, and I've mentioned this on my show too, like when I was on the set as being the cop, I just loved it how when you would go to hair and makeup, you know, they picked my afro out, and then you had the one makeup artist, you know, Maxie. Shout out to Maxie. She's an Emmy Award winning makeup artist and a SAG actress. She would put makeup on my face, wipe sweat off my forehead in between takes and stuff. She'd be like, "You need to get touched up, Ryan?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." Wipe sweat off me and stuff. I'm like, "Man, yeah, that was way." I'm like, when I was playing a fan in the stands, I didn't get treated like this at all. Being the cop, man, yeah, I got to. And then my favorite scene, and then my favorite memory I have to say was when, well, besides the one what Chris Robinson said, I loved it how on the scene where I am spotted on, in between the takes when they were shooting it. They came over to me and was like, "Hey, Ryan, do you need anything to drink, anything to eat at all?" And I'm like, "Yes, I need some black coffee because I'm tired as hell." Yes. We shot that scene at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure from your actor friends, they tell you how many hours you be on the set.
Oh yeah.
And that's the pain in the ass part about the acting.
I've definitely heard stories. You know, definitely heard stories like where it gets like, if the scene is also not right, they'll have you all stay until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, the longest I think I've ever been on a set was 15 hours.
Oh.
That was the longest I was ever on the set.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was. Yeah, it was literally you had people literally falling asleep, like the fans in the stands. There's no way I could have been a fan for that many hours again because you had people who was playing the fans literally like just dozing off in between takes and stuff.
I bet.
Yes,
That's a lot.
and Tiff, out of all the performances you have done with modeling, what would you say is your most memorable or favorite performance?
I think my favorite one is when I did it was like a fashion, it was like a queen. It was like for women. It was a women empowerment fashion show.
Okay.
That was my favorite because it treated us like royalty. So it was just like for the women, and I felt so empowered. So the whole time I did that, I felt like I was royalty. I felt it just did something to me. I think at that moment it made me feel like I was that really made me feel like, okay, Tiff, you got this.
Right.
Like, I don't know what you're scared of. And at that moment, I think every show after that,
Yeah. Okay.
I went in with no intimidation. Like, I was fine. Like, I wasn't scared anymore. Like, none of my because I used to be so, like, my anxiety used to be so bad. But after I did that show, I think I was like, okay, this is it. This is your niche. This is what you want to do.
Yeah.
You got this. So I think that show right there made me feel like, as a model, like, you don't have to be scared of anything. This is your empowerment right here.
For sure.
But where I really got my confidence from is, and I have to give a shout out to my Be Elite family. My Be Elite pageants, that's where I got my confidence.
Yeah.
That's where I got where, Tiff, you are a woman. You are a beautiful woman. I never felt that I was pretty enough, or that I was good enough because I had all the tattoos. I always thought I was rough around the edges. I never thought that if I was in a competition that I was pretty enough. But when I did that pageant and I won, I think that kind of made all my hard work and all the solidifications like, you're just as good as anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have to give a shout out to my Be Elite pageant family for that, because they gave me the confidence as a woman to know that I am a woman and I'm beautiful inside or out, whether I have makeup on, makeup off, crown on, crown off.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me that confidence as a woman, to regardless if I have tattoos on me, if I have Timberlands on,
Yeah.
I'm still beautiful, you know.
No, most of.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of. And it's just like you shouldn't. And it's just like, at the end of the day, we'll be surprised what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally out of the norm.
Yes,
And it's the fact that you can never judge a book by its cover.
you can.
Not
That's
ever.
true.
You
Not
can.
ever.
And speaking of like the women, and speaking of women empowerment, real quick, why don't you tell us about this Pretty in Pink? Because I know a few models that was in it.
Yeah.
And how was that? Because because I recently did a fashion show for cancer awareness. You know, it was He Loves Curves. You know, shout out to them and shout out to Sharkia and Carlos DeMore was one of the designers. You know, why don't you explain us about that and how was that for you?
So I actually, I was actually supposed to go to that model call, and I had a family emergency. So I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I wanted to walk in that show so bad because I had a very best friend, and she had cancer. And that's like my sister, so that was the main cause of me wanting to do it. And I have a lot of family members that have cancer, so
Same
that
here.
was like a very something dear to my heart that wanted me to do it. And I couldn't do it, but it was a reason. God wanted me to walk in that show. So a designer called me up and she needed me to walk in that show. And when I did that show, like, it meant a lot to me. Because I saw those women who went through and dealt with a lot.
Yeah.
And when I saw them up there walking, and to me it was like they were just walking off their struggles, or they didn't have any, like that was their moment.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to me. Like that showed me that they overcame a lot. Some of them were still going through a lot.
Yeah.
And still had the strength to get up there and show their beauty, even without their hair.
Yeah.
Even going through the radiation, even going through chemo. So that was very powerful and just uplifting to me.
Yeah.
Seeing as I got MS. So seeing those women going through that, like that encouraged me.
And I definitely feel you on that because that was the reason why I chose to walk for He Loves Curves too when they was doing their show for cancer awareness, because I recently had a cousin who had died from cancer, and I've had past family members who died from cancer, and I know I actually know a friend who has had cancer before, and yes, like being able to walk for that, you definitely do have a good feeling when you are walking for cancer awareness, because you do feel like a hero.
For a good cause, yeah.
And you're doing it for a good cause. That's why, that was why I was so quick to walk for He Loves Curves, because I never had walked for something like that before. Yeah, for cancer awareness, and it definitely was, an honor to do that. Yeah, I definitely did enjoy it. And before we get up out of here, you guys, where can our viewers and listeners find you at on social media? Ladies first, Tiffany, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Miss Tiffany Logan on IG. You can find me on Tiffany Logan on Facebook, and A Dream Is Possible on gmail.com.
All right. Marcus, yes.
Well, you guys can find me at Marcel_Deer on IG, of course. You guys can find me on Spill. That's the new Black app, by the way.
Oh, snap. Never heard of that one. I'm going to check that one out.
Oh, Spill is fire. Spill is fire. Spill is definitely dope. You guys can find me Marcel_Deer at IG on Instagram. You guys can find Marcus Storm on all platforms everywhere. I got new music coming out. Shout out to my boy M Stacks. We have a whole joint EP coming out together. It's fire. The EP is called When the Dust Settles.
Yeah.
All right, and we're dropping our first single August 18th.
All right. And I also had another, yes. Nice. Definitely want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And also, before we get out here, I do want to make this quick announcement. So, this Saturday at Exotic Cuisine, your boy is going to be at the door collecting tickets, checking the tickets and collecting money for Mark Banks Entertainment Back in Action Part 4, which is Battle of the Land. It's a contest, and is located at 12703 Lorraine Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44111. That's 12703 Lorraine Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44111. It's a $10 entry fee. The artists will get to perform their top 3 songs, limited to 10 artists. $10 artist entry fee. $250 grand prize for the winner. Doors open up at 9 p.m. and it'll be this Saturday, July the 8th. That is going to be this Saturday, July the 8th. Doors open up at 9 p.m. contact Mark Banks. You can contact Mark Banks for to be able to secure a spot. And if you can't get a hold of him, then get a hold of me. And I can definitely get you out there to him because this is going to be a good show. Each one has been such a good one. And I want to thank my guests for coming on here. Definitely love to have you guys back again. Appreciate both of you.
Appreciate you.
Definitely got to thank my producer Decisive because she's the one. She was working her ass off with the technical difficulties today because technology is a bitch. Yes. And you know what it is. We're here every Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Here on your Voice of the Revolution. Here on No Static Radio, we don't bring you the static, but we sure enough bring you the noise. You want to listen to a replay of this show, you can go to mixcloud.com and type in No Static Radio in the toolbar, or in other platforms on this. Well, other shows on this platform, and here at No Static, we are sponsored by Lamont Avenue Wines, Cleveland Rugby League, and Design Me Exclusive, and we will see you guys next week.
See y'all soon.
Peace.
Great show.
Yeah.
Yes, that was. So yes, because we did start late because of the situations that we did have. I would definitely like to have both of you back.